better than like 12 of us.
Hard agree. What's good? What's good? Oh yeah, we live, baby. We too live. Welcome. What's good with your boy, Mikey Henk? Podcast episode 6.
5 coming soon.
5 coming soon. Well,
yet.
Just upload 5 before
you.
Wait,
what?
Just upload 5 before you.
The last episode.
No. Alright.
Pause it.
No.
Wait.
No.
What did you just say?
We don't pause.
Is this episode 5 or episode 6?
This is episode 6 that we were recording.
We recorded a 5th one.
We recorded
for Zoom. Not released yet.
Just want to show you how dedicated we are to the craft. Nick, is this our 3rd weekend in a row making a podcast?
Yes.
Fire.
What you want?
Oh my god.
What you want?
What's poppin'?
What's poppin'? Brand new whip just hopped in.
Oh my god.
Sorry. Hey.
Alright.
Hey.
We've got a very special guest in the building.
Sorry. Dollar Tree.
Welcome.
Dollar Tree Jack Harlow. And my good friend, Muhammad Cheadle. No dap because of the Ronies.
Yep,
I hate to see it. I miss giving people dap, dude. I miss giving
I
people
know!
Cheesing out.
Bro,
we were talking about
sorry.
it before.
I gotta say it again.
One time for the one time.
One time for the one time. That orange dude.
Oh.
I'm sorry, bro. But
Oh, we're getting right to the shits.
I thought we were gonna start it by saying
I can't even dap up anymore because you can't do
Corona.
your job.
Fuck
You can't do
Corona.
your job, bro. Hey, a collective. Fuck Rona, bro. No, man.
fuck Rona. Hey, yeah,
I agree.
stay away
that
from me, bro.
We couldn't have completely avoided it, but he could have done his job better to at least like lessen the impact. So we're not having to do now what we're doing now because we can't even dap anymore.
I miss giving dap so much. It's something that I like really pride myself, and like I love and like a good firm dap. Did you guys ever like spend
We put a lot of energy into those, man.
And it's such like an elite way. Like I'll like get new people at work all the time, and I'll be like, they'll like come up and they'll shake my hand. I'm like, please don't ever do that again. 1, 2, dap me up, please. And like, I don't know. One of the earliest memories. Did you ever do this thing in like high school or like grade school where you would just like sit with your homie and you would just like give dap for like 5 minutes
Like I'm
straight?
saying,
You
like,
just like sit there like going like this while you're talking.
We trained for it.
Miss
For
that shit.
years.
Miss
For
that shit.
years, bro.
hear you.
That's a mind can't break, man.
I miss that. Shared
It's
history.
like, what are you gonna do? Are we supposed to just start signing it in midair? Like what?
Melvin.
This
It's too awkward now.
is.
I don't like giving elbows. Like, what is an elbow?
Oh, it
my.
hurts. One.
You
I'm not
stop
a
the
fan.
flights. You stop the flights, but you can't test people. Like
No.
you can't make them quick enough. Like we all know, we've all been known that China lies. So why were you over here on Twitter talking about how they're doing a good job? We all know they lie. Come on, man.
Alright.
You have been on this planet too long to be acting that dumb.
You think this will reach President Trump?
I don't know, but
You never know.
If not,
I bet people
it doesn't matter because at least it could
It
reach
exists.
the people that vote
The
for him. Because at the
potential.
end of the day, your votes are what got him there. Your votes can get him out of there if you don't think he's doing a good job. Because, bro, it's looking rough. It's looking rough. It's looking real rough out here.
Cheeto, let me ask you a question one time. What do you give as the odds of a second term?
I'm saying right now, it's sad to say, but Chris Rock said it best. It's crazy that as it stands right now, if we got to be honest, I don't know that it even matters how much he messes us up. Because if we got to be real, the people that voted for this dude, like, I'm sorry, but until you admit to yourselves and at least be honest with yourselves, that he is jacking it up so bad that he is messing with your livelihood? That he is jacking it up so bad because he couldn't have pumped out some tests and realized what everybody else has been known for years, that China lies, and that you don't believe China at face value. Like, come on, bud. You have been on this planet too long to be acting that dumb. And for the people that vote for you, you got to really look inside yourself and don't listen to me to respond. Please listen to me to try to understand here. Level with me here. You got to admit to yourselves that that dude is jacking it up big time. We are only 5 months into this year, and you are less than 6 months from now. We are facing the prospect of you still thinking about signing on for another 4 years of this. I don't know about that one.
Isn't he going to be 80 when he's finished?
That's a yikes for me.
If he gets that second term.
That's tough.
80? 80 sounds old. I don't know if I want to be... Hey, all right. Now that we got you here, Mr. Trump, you seem like you've been really getting stressed out. Like, do you want a second term? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you need to keep America great? I think you're doing a great job right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe just like take it easy, chill on Easy Street. Maybe let some new people get in there, like an Andrew Yang type. You know what I'm saying? Like, really.
Like, bro, if we gotta be honest,
thought.
like, more power to you for, using Twitter to, speak your mind, pump your own narrative. Like, I can't blame you for that. That's chill, but, bruh, why are you all up on that app? Like an adolescent. I'm sorry.
He's like,
no offense to female. To women, but why are you all up on that app? Like an adolescent woman, or adolescent girl. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I need you actually doing your job and not tweeting. The less I talk your talk on the app, but the less I see you spitting over here, the more I know you're actually working. Think about it. People that actually get things done don't have to tell you that they're getting things done. They just get it done, and you just see it.
Actions speak.
When they gotta tell you that they're getting stuff done, chances are it ain't getting done.
They're looking for validation.
So when China tells you it's getting done, and they keep telling you it's getting done, they gotta keep telling you, but they won't show you.
Where are the results?
You can't see it.
Look at Korea.
You've been on this planet too long to not realize it's not getting done, and we're over here getting screwed for it. And all we get for it is $1,200 one time. That's it. That's it.
That's 1 month's rent in cities.
We're supposed to be okay with that?
If that.
You got people losing their whole livelihoods because you can't figure out what should be basic at this point. Like, and the people that vote for you, like, come on. Like, I'm sorry, but if we really got to level with ourselves here, Gen Xers and Boomers, please, can you guys just take a step back for 1 second? At the end of the day, we all know, we have accepted as a society that the retirement age is 65. That means, technically, the age of 65, we've accepted as a society that you're not supposed to have a job. So why in the world are we voting people in over that age to have the hardest job in the world? Why are you working anymore?
All right.
You're
Tito,
so...
let me play devil's advocate to that one.
Yeah, no, I want to hear it.
Because, on some sense, like, I think the 65 retirement age is that, like, you're not as good at, like, the job of, like, being, like, a worker, say like a classic, like, working on a dock or whatever, you know what I'm saying? When you get to a certain age, it's like, hey, you're moving a little slower, you can't quite carry as much, and we want to give your position to like someone a little more younger, a little more fitter, right? But then with like the presidency, I think one thing that like especially with Donald Trump or just like public office in general, I guess, like experience does well, I guess that like, do you think experience matters? Because I think
100%.
because I think the one thing that like
There's layers to it. There's layers to it.
nuance,
Of course.
nuance.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, we're spitballing here. It's like, what's
Mm-hmm.
good? You know, it's like, I'm trying to figure it out just as much as you are. Like, I haven't been on, like, you've been, like, I gotta say, like, Orange Dude, like, you've been here long enough.
Orange Dude.
I mean, you've been here a lot longer than I have.
Cat.
So, like, more credit to you. Like, you've seen a lot more than I have.
But also,
so, like, I have a lot that I can, glean from you. But at the same time, with that being said, since you have seen a lot more than I have, and following, you should have learned a lot more than I have, and, you should realize a lot more than I have. But if I was able to see that China was lying and they were botching this and messing it up since the first week of February, doesn't it follow that you should have seen it much sooner? And that the intelligence community, like, you shouldn't have to rely on that? Like, shouldn't it just be common sense for you? Like, since you've been around longer than I have, since, like, you got the experience, like, most powerful person in the world, like, shouldn't that be more basic to you? You talk about how smart you are, like, how capable you are, like, how much of a leader you should be. Like, shouldn't you realize that?
I agree.
I mean, you're a genius, apparently, but you can't. I mean, I don't think I'm a genius by any means, but if I'm not that smart and I can realize that, and you're a genius, shouldn't you realize that?
Sometimes it's the people without the smarts that sort of it's when you know that you're not smart. You know what I'm saying? That you
have to be able to admit that you know nothing to learn.
X.
And if you're just going to sit there and say that you know everything all the time and that you're not wrong and that you will never sit there and
run a perfect shot
and admit that you can be wrong and that sometimes you are wrong and that you will never accept responsibility for anything, how do you learn anything? And you have been around on this planet for far too long to not know that, to not realize that. And why do we learn these lessons in school and read these things in books? Like, if that's what our system is built on, like, why are we learning that in school and then not applying that to real life? Like, why are you...
Oh shit, frames being dropped.
Oh, like that should swing both ways. Like, practice what you preach, all that. Like, we have all these, like...
golden rules.
Golden, yeah, like, we talk about these things. Are
Treat
they
someone
really
the way
that
they
golden?
be
Like...
They're really being passed down generation to generation.
What does all that stuff all really mean? Like, does it mean anything? Does it really? Like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, maybe I am wrong here, but prove me wrong. So if these generations are so all-seeing and know everything, but yet you keep messing it up. I mean, we're supposed to have once-in-a-lifetime crash in '08. Never happen again. And, I mean, coronavirus, as bad as it is, but we're saying, like, could have mitigated the impact a little bit. So all these people would, going through what they're going through. And instead of you pumping out money to these corporations, could have helped out these small businesses and these people that are suffering here and there, and these homeless people and these hotels. You're buying up all these junk bonds, but at the same time, you're just not giving your vacant rooms to people that are just hard on their luck. Like, you have this line on your balance sheet or or whatever it is that says goodwill every year, but what are you actually doing?
It seems though that
what are you actually doing?
It seems that we're trying to win a battle though when we should be trying to win a war.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like these CEOs of these companies on aggregate are generations, and it just goes to show you're pretty out of touch. Because I don't think you're doing what you should be doing with that money. So these people that are shareholders, once again, you're giving them the power. Like, the power is yours. Like, take it. Like, you don't have to own that share of stock. Like, you can dump it off. Like,
Cheeto, let me ask you a question. You talk a lot about power and where power lies, and sort of the power inequity in today's life. What do you think? And kind of an abstract concept of like what, like someone like having power over you, or like your own power. What do you think is like some concrete, like real life ways that like someone could find some power in themselves, and like in like more of a political field and just sort of like a day-to-day field, but like what's a way for you that has worked for you of like taking or like finding power in yourself, or finding more power in yourself, if that makes any sense?
that's actually a really tricky question, and the thing with that
It's
is
hard to say.
no, because once again, like, I'm a firm believer in, until once again, prove me wrong, that there's nothing more true than nature, because it is natural. So it's not man-made, it's not artificial, it's not fake.
Here
So,
before us.
it exists, it's true. So anything man-made is artificial. So following from there, like, you don't know, like, truth is all, like, we defined the word truth, so we made it up, so you don't know for sure, like, what's going on there. I can't say for sure concretely what power is, but you really define it yourself, like, you can give power to whatever you want. You can take it away if you feel like it. Like, it is yours. Together and give it to whatever you want.
So what would you say to a lot of people, like seriously myself, that during this whole corona pandemic have felt very powerless to like the changes that are happening around them? Like, I'm just like, what would you say to them, I guess?
Well, I'd say that, like, it's just, once, like, I hate to keep, like, sounding like I'm just endlessly bashing on this generation of people, but it's just because, once again, like, they're the ones that we gave the power to, and they're, screwing us over up there in Washington, D.C. in their nice little houses and homes, as they get these massive returns every year, and and by the time you leave, multi-millionaire, and you got all
stay
the
in Washington
yachts and
for
nice,
like 15
cool little
years.
things, and no matter what big time recession or bad thing happens, or thousands of people die in whatever tragedies, no matter how many people we send off to war, no matter how many terrible world atrocities we cause, no matter how you guys just rake in money anyways. So obviously you're out of touch, and you're doing a maybe you should step aside and let somebody else do it. I don't know. That's just a thought. Maybe I'm wrong, but prove me wrong. Until you start doing a better job, maybe you should, step aside.
Switch subjects here real quick. We can even get back on that topic, but before I forget, I wanted to give a special obituary. Kind of weird. Yeah, death is a part of life, and something that I struggle with a lot in life, because like used to work at Oaknell, right? And I would make friends, and I would make friends with
such a sad time.
And I would make
and sad time.
friends with all those old people because I'd be serving them dinner all the time, and then just like one day they would die, and I would Shoney like the most I'd go to would be like, hey, like, I'm sorry for you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like I truly like lost someone that I really enjoyed. You know what I'm saying?
And it got to the point where, like, and it sounds so terrible to say, that you eventually just got numb to it.
No, yeah.
And like, I don't think that, this is my whole thing with empathy, and like, these people, they're just like, yeah, let's try to go back to normal and stuff. Like, I don't think people realize what these essential workers, we're calling them, are going through. Like, man, like, try to imagine that. Like, how we got numb to it. I don't know if you can like really conceptualize like, because I'm struggling to conceptualize how tough that must be to just go through that on just such an expanded scale.
And
oh my God.
So back on topic. Recently, one of our classmates, Seb Serm, lost his health battle with like just declining health. I think he had like leukemia or something. That might be wrong. I'm so sorry if that's wrong.
I mean,
Yikes.
Fact
check.
Fact
check in the chat.
Okay. All right. So
I apologize.
No, I'm
I
not.
so
I'm not
apologize.
completely sure, but I don't think it's
We need a Logan in the chat.
I'm just gonna do this.
I mean,
yeah.
Mike's been wrong plenty of times.
Okay.
before.
No, that's fine. That's fine. We'll not cut it. But we'll say this. We'll say this. Wow, stop.
We don't cut.
I don't
Stop.
edit.
We don't
But
cut.
at the same time,
You don't
out of
edit?
respect,
I don't get paid enough.
okay,
Oh my gosh.
I don't mean this in a joking matter. Like out of respect for his family, let's not even speculate on what it was.
True.
To just in respect to his family
Declining
and his memory, because declining health, we don't have the right to for sure. So let's not spitball. And even if we did, we shouldn't be disclosing that. That's theirs to do.
Totally.
So, respect to him, because I know I wouldn't want people to do that to me. So
Yeah.
out of respect to his family, we won't delve into that further. But we'll continue on about him.
Death doesn't always have to be a sad thing either. Death is also where you can come together and celebrate a person's life. And I don't think it's ever right to disrespect the dead. That's something I'd
Same here.
tried.
Same.
So
Yeah.
I love that you say that, and like, cause like when we really think about it, like, think about all the like big time like people in the world we've this year, and like my whole thing on coronavirus is like it's just amplified that. Like, how many people's like heroes like just gone, just like that. And like when I say heroes, I don't just mean like the celebrities, the world renowned, but people's personal heroes.
People's
like
personal
their
heroes.
community members, that school teacher they had growing up, their grandmother that took care of them when maybe they were down on their luck or needed something or taught them the best lesson. Like, it's just amplified to that degree.
In a shitty situation. Thing like,
what?
can you imagine going through all this and then in the middle of it, like, I don't know, my heart truly does go out to the Stern family. Like, I grew up with Seb. We went to the same elementary school. We did Cub Scouts together. We were in choir throughout our entire high school together. We were in show choir together. Like, I knew him. I knew him pretty well. I knew what he was. I knew how he moved. I knew what he did. And he was a very friendly human being. He was a very respectful human being. He was very gentle. He was very gentle, and the world's gonna miss him. The world's gonna miss him, and his family's gonna miss him. I don't know. My heart very genuinely goes out to him. Wish him nothing but love in this time.
Here's what I want to say. It's just spit. Like, because we have the power to demand things like this, because I mean, since you guys there up in DC messed up to the point that we are in this situation, if you want to make it right to us and you want to keep getting our votes, you can make it right until this is taken care of and until all this needless suffering stops. Why don't you take the time, each and every one of you, one family of the dead every single day, and spend 30 minutes on the phone with them?
Actionable steps.
Because I may not know any of the families that you end up calling, and I don't need to hear the mainstream media talking about it, because they're full of garbage anyways half the time, and we're, all of us sitting here at home, now that we can see the internet a lot more, it's clear as day that, there's some truth that they have, but to the large degree, they're full of garbage. So news stories about it. Just be a decent human being and call at least one of these families every night. That you call, but I would feel better knowing that you have it within you to do so, to at least honor these people. Because for these people that have lost their heroes, that's truly how you remember them. That we are getting to the point of possibly losing to the rate of a 9/11 every day of American lives. And we talk about how tragic of an event that is, and we're just supposed to be desensitized to that. Like, that's just so wrong. That's so wrong. Like, massive monuments to these things built. So once again, if you guys don't start calling these families every day, why should any of us vote for you again? Whatever your policies are, whatever you say, because half of you are posturing garbage anyways, that you know that you will never get done, but you keep shoveling it down the garbage media anyways. Why don't you do something real for once? Why don't you do something that actually matters? Why don't you get rid of doublespeak and you do something that's actually real? Not, how about you step aside and let somebody else that will do so, so people don't have to keep going through that. Because that is disrespectful, and that is plain old garbage, and it needs to stop. All right. Sorry with the seriousness. Those are some things that have just been on my mind a lot lately, and I just really wanted to address that because we've all had at home, and I know that a lot of us don't like having the hard conversations, but it's necessary sometimes, and like, we can't keep avoiding those things. Allowing it to continue. So we need to keep pushing those things, and we need to keep saying it, because your reality is what you demand of it. So why don't we? Why don't we? Like, I'm tired of the garbage. I'm tired of the garbage. Reuse, recycle. Why are we doing that with garbage?
Refuse.
Why are we doing that with pure garbage? We can do much. Rest in peace to the American lives that we lose every single day. My condolences to all of your families. I cannot imagine what you're going through. And odds are that someone close to me will go through the same thing, or someone close to me will happen too. And I don't even know how I'm gonna myself, but people need to empathize and realize that, and have these conversations and realize that, and start demanding that of your political leaders. Because if you can't feel that inside here, then I don't know if you can call yourself a human being.
Cheeto, do you know anyone that has had a confirmed case of the coronavirus?
Yes. And a close friend of mine, a close friend of his died of it.
I don't know a single person.
So that's what I mean with like that, being that close. And I remember correctly, he told me that the guy was relatively healthy 30-year-old male.
Really?
Yeah. So it's
I
like,
don't like to hear
and
that.
it's that the percentages of it are very low, but once again, like, we can pump out the facts as much as we want, but can we just remember consciously inside that no matter what the numbers are, whatever the percent chance is, that's still a life. Stop thinking of it as just a numbers game. Those are people. Those are people. Those are people. Oh, it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad. Shut up, Chaz.
Remember when Chance the Rapper said,
Read a book, bud. People matter.
What's good? Good. What
What's
what
really
time are we
good?
at?
5:18.
28 minutes.
28 minutes.
Pause.
All right.
Who do you think's still here?
Our average view time is 20 minutes.
Our average view time is 20 minutes. So this is the point. This is the part of the episode.
Perfect. That's perfect because now we can spitball and get on the extras because they'll just be interested in tuning in to this point. I don't know. Whatever.
What's up, Lauren?
Was good to the usual across the way. I'm gonna turn it over to you guys,
The true
'cause
fans.
the CEOs, creators of it.
I mean, what do we have to talk about? Oh, we do have something to talk about. My good friend, the executive producer of the show, Nicholas Cherisi, just turned 25 on Friday. Thursday.
Thursday.
Got all my facts wrong today.
Halfway to 50.
Halfway to 50. How does it feel? 25,
Yeah.
25 and alive.
I felt it when we were playing football.
Your mama. You were looking great.
My knees aren't the same.
I jumped and fell.
Hey,
Yeah, I saw
hey, it'd be like that sometimes.
Don't always, but sometimes it do.
As a wise man once said, "Fucking where she goes."
How's the birthday been so far?
Great. I get to spend it with friends. Hung out with my family. Birthdays are starting to not get.
The glamour they used
Yeah.
to. Completely understand that. I too had a birthday recently and spent it inside. It kind of sucked.
But
Yeah.
yeah.
I love
Well, like, but you know what's kind of
wild.
wild about that is like
He was listening.
I think it's like we gotta like change the meaning behind it because like personally for ourselves it's like why do we like not celebrate that?
It didn't
Like
suck.
'cause we think about it to ourselves like I'm another year older, like
Just, like,
I'm another year closer to
contextually,
death. It's like
it sucks.
hey, maybe here. Cool. Maybe I can let me try to
Level
make
25
another
now.
one of it.
Yeah.
Level 25.
It's like maybe they would get like try to celebrate it.
At what level do you think you get an added perk? Like, is
30.
like your perk tree? Is
30,
it every
but
10?
you lose like 2 perks.
Your difference here.
Yeah. You definitely like lose some perks and it just transfers over.
You have to sacrifice. You have to sacrifice because at levels 1 through like 20, you're like shooting at different perk trees and you're like getting whatever.
Yeah.
And then so as you get deep into one perk tree, like sacrifice.
Yeah.
You get half XP to get to the mercs, you know.
Tough. Level 25. What are we looking? What are we to in level 25?
A kid.
Oh god.
A kid?
Kid, yeah.
Oh baby, I can't wait. I can't wait for the first crew baby.
The irony. He
Say
said,
what?
"Oh, baby."
I can't wait.
Should we make bets on who it is?
Oh, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that.
Who would have a kid first?
Yeah, hell
the
yeah.
crew?
Didn't we vote
Niall.
who?
Who's
I feel like
Who's
I
that?
feel like
I
I feel like
voted.
whoever it lands on, that's a lot of
Oh,
pressure.
Who's leaving swimmers? who's leaving?
Put it online.
Can you define swimmers? No, you don't have to.
Yeah, think about it. I gotta do is think about it. What else is there?
I'm looking forward to.
Please.
I'm gonna re-sign my lease to stay at the same apartment, but then after that lease is done, I'm like moving.
Five goes west. On God.
Where are you moving to?
West.
Like,
There's a lot of west out there.
There's a lot of
Which
Japan's
west?
out west.
why not east?
Korea's out west.
Korea's out west.
You know, you go
Yo.
west long enough, it'll be east too.
Yeah, it's shit.
In
Yeah,
Korea,
it's
I
Travis
was
Scott and
glad.
Young Thug
Now
said.
here, I'm only gold.
Hey,
Also, I've heard that the ladies love chorizo out in a certain city
LLC,
in
baby, LLC.
in a certain city in California.
LLC.
It
Baker
did suck,
Mayfield.
Logan.
500. Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to take that back officially to you.
I didn't spend my entire
I
time.
know.
We didn't
There
go
were
out and
some
have
of
fun
us that
times.
did.
I know.
Oh my
I
We discovered our athleticism, like,
listen.
and found a hole.
Yeah, no. I hate making Logan mad at me. It's like I just feel him like slip out my grasp. You know what I'm saying?
Alright, I'll see y'all later.
Anyway, what else?
We're supposed to be
You know what I wanted? I wanted to do something in Chicago for my birthday, but
we were
Everything
planning on
is
coming to
closed.
see you.
Yeah.
Like, we had already that weekend planned.
because I was like, I want to go.
Chick, by the way.
Cafe, get the table with the boys.
Oh my
Table-
god.
Table. I don't know.
What's the
Table's like a grown-up thing now.
what's the one
It's better,
spot?
dude.
Yeah.
What's the one spot in Chicago that we love to go to? With the basement?
Debonair.
Debonair. We need to get back
Worker
there.
Worker Park, yeah.
Debonair. Debonair. Get
You been
those
to
basement
Mohammed?
vibes.
Oh yeah, I love Chicago.
Yo, going out.
Wow.
Dude, I've seen D more often than not in Chicago than I would have thought.
Hey,
Shout out D.
D.
Shout out D. Shout out D. We love to see it.
My brother.
Well, that's
Love to
because
see
he
it.
would come through when we would go out with Keisha, so that's
Mhm.
when I would see him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he would just come.
Shout out
What's
Keisha.
good? What's good?
Shout out Keisha.
Calvary,
Cal.
what's good?
Calvary Cal.
Wait, Calvary? Who's
I
Calvary?
don't know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I just got here.
I thought he was your best friend.
He is the password to get into my laptop.
Yeah, I know.
He is the password. Shout out Calvary.
Yo.
He's dapping you up.
You gotta change that password now.
Respect. Yeah, I was about to say respect. That's cute, but like, if
Dude,
we're about
I'm
to put this on the internet. Yeah.
Because most likely, that's probably some other pass.
It's not.
No, it's only for your laptop.
It's literally only for my
Okay.
laptop. Everything else is now like, I got your ass, little hacker ass.
But how many passwords do you have in your keychain? So if you get into your computer, you can get one of those.
Ooh.
That's a great question.
Oh, wow.
Definitely the Funimation one.
Oh, that's easy. That's in the West Coast channel.
That's public knowledge.
Bodato.
Bodata420@gmail.com.
Interesting passwords.
That's not even... That's
Oh, sorry. It's really interesting.
the password is Reddit is fun! Exclamation point.
Rest in peace, my
Boom, boom, boom.
Reddit is great.
Reddit is fun. Dude, Reddit's not even fun anymore because like nothing happens and like it's all just like
What?
depressing.
No,
ass news.
bro, you're following the wrong things. Following the wrong things.
Facts.
Hey, that black.
But, like-
that black people Twitter subreddit on Reddit. Oh
True.
my.
But,
oh
like,
my.
I love the sports. The sports subreddits are the best. And like you like go in there after a big game and like all you have to do is just say like
Oh,
go
Reddit
Liverpool, and they're
NBA.
like, yeah.
Hey,
Reddit.
we talk about NBA Twitter.
Reddit,
Great,
NBA.
great, but
Reddit.
Reddit.
threads.
It's everybody's bringing it.
Yeah.
Hey, will you get the average Joe from every team going in on each other?
Just
hey, we got
bullshitting.
Celtics
Just
fans
bullshitting.
coming in on the Lakers
They're holding
page.
off facts
It's like,
too, like
you
show
know
us
that-
statistics.
oh,
It's so
good.
From the
And you'll-
Wikipedia page.
and you'll get, like-
in 1996.
And then you'll get some people like putting together like these crazy pieces of
Oh,
like
yeah.
work, and you're just like,
It gets brutal.
Go
It's
ahead.
like-
No, they pull up the statistics. So we're straight from the Wikipedia page.
It's hilarious, but it's also like, okay, John, like,
know, yeah, no,
you,
seriously.
you just spent how
How's it
long
look?
typing that
How's it
out?
look?
It's like, all right, I'll give you a little upvote here.
No, it's in MLA format too. It's in MLA format.
you gotta
It's got
get some,
bibliography, bro.
you gotta get some bonus credit for
Yeah,
people
that's
in
it
here.
too. Yeah, it's got
Hey,
animations.
hey, it's like when you say we're ready on funny more, it's like, bro, just post some memes and go.
Bro, they're like leaving stories on those threads.
Interesting thing here. So since there aren't really sports going on, there and ESPN signed a deal with League of Legends to broadcast the North American games. So on ESPN2, you can watch some League of Legends.
But has League been affected at all by the trying times?
They used to play in the studio, and they got rid of that, and now they play online.
They'll
Okay.
say this like social distance. Like
They play
these are
the-
obviously like photo opt whatever for the press, but like they do a good job of social distance and all of that whatever. But yeah, it's dope. Esports, honestly, I judged a lot at first, but it's cool, fun to watch. That NBA 2K Esports League, fire. It'd be pretty dope to be getting paid that much,
And,
all,
like-
all expenses to just play video games.
What I really like about it is that like there.
Of course, it's like people be like, "Oh, that's stupid. That's stupid." Well, is it really?
Because here I am.
If it's that stupid, then sign me up for stupid because it's pretty decent.
Well, and it's just like it's ways for you to find legitimate and like long-lasting forms of success in whatever you choose to do. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
like now the person that is like, no, I have a huge passion for playing this game. It's what I feel like I was put on the world to do. And now instead of like just having that be like a zero-sum skill, they can
Exactly.
apply it and like really do something with it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like people like take too much time like judging other people's hustle when it's like, man, like
Someday
either support
they're gonna
it
finish that
or
race.
move along. Like work on your own thing, support mine or whatever. Because at the end of the day, I'm
Support me or get the hell out of my way. Like, help me out or get out of my way.
Like, I'm trying to get mine because if they can be making money off video games because they have that mentality, then yeah, I'm trying to do that too because that sounds pretty nice.
But you don't see like the hours of work. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, of course,
it's
but
a
like,
job.
I would much rather put my time into that than that 9 to 5.
But I don't get that. Like, why do people feel the need to like go after people on what they do? Like, why do you care what other people
Yeah,
are doing?
it's
I don't
like
get that.
if you like the 9 to 5, cool,
9
good
to
for
5?
you. But
what's the bother to them though? I don't get it.
They're
Why,
jealous.
it ain't for
why,
me.
why do they care? Why do they care? I don't know.
I think
It's the boomers, but
It's like
it's the
they
boomers.
they
It's not
trick
me. I'm not
everybody.
saying
They
that.
trick everybody into believing that like that's what we have to do. Like really, because a lot of people are making it not doing that. And what do you mean that's what we have to do? The people that have the most power don't do that.
And on a macro scale, isn't it all it's doing is just helping the economy?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's providing
Efficiency.
providing a new industry, providing new jobs, providing a
Exactly,
new
right,
market,
creating jobs.
providing new opportunities for advertisements. Like literally, just like let's just build a new thing.
Yeah.
But fundamentally though, like, why do you care what other people are doing?
Cause
Yeah.
'Cause-
Exactly. It's a.
here my answer to that question. Because they look happier than me.
Human nature.
And we
That's
tear
what-
They
each
look
other down
happier
for
than
it,
me.
and it is so insecure.
You just won this crazy tournament. You're making a killing. You've got a nice house or whatever, and you're doing fine, and you just won this incredible tournament to the tune of like $3 million or some shit, and that makes me mad.
You're
Exactly.
getting a
I don't
six
get that. I don't
figure
get that.
salary.
Yeah, because it's like everyone.
Because I'm over here
Because
putting tires together.
I think we look at it as like the glass half empty mentality of like we say it is, oh, why not me? Where it's like, bro, we gotta go glass half full with it as, oh, well if you then why not me?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, well, exactly.
Because
Yeah, I like that.
literally all the people that made it, that's what they said.
exactly.
Wiz Khalifa said it best. You can be anything you want.
Yeah.
I mean, me fundamentally, I'm like libertarianism. Like, I don't care what you're doing as long as it
Does not.
just doesn't like fuck with me.
Exactly.
Don't try your hardest not to
Yeah,
fuck with
That's
me.
why
I get it.
understand,
You
like,
do
why
you,
why
I'ma
shitting
do
on these
me.
people?
If I like what you're doing, I'm gonna support it.
I'm gonna support it.
And if I don't, I
If
don't
I
have to shit
don't-
on you.
Yeah. Because guess what? I'll be
I'm
over
gonna
here
back away.
doing
It's
me.
just-
I know.
It's like I'm gonna back away. I might not be outspoken about it, but if I really don't like it, then that's gonna be a vocal yikes for me.
Yeah, but you don't have to go out of your way and put time and effort into like going in on people.
yeah.
I don't get that part. You know?
Let's-
I don't get that part.
So now I think we're getting into a kind of a broader conversation about like just hate in general.
Oh,
And let's
yeah,
bring
that's
up-
a whole different
Let's
conversation.
bring up some cringy yikes tweets from Louis the Child and Alice in Wonderland, in which Louis the Child EDM duo from Chicago of two suburban white kids. That's like a gross simplification, but you get what I'm saying.
What do you basically mean? For those of you that don't want to take the time to like really like look into these people, if you really want the like gist of what we're saying, this is your average Brad and Chad, but DJs.
But I mean, they're trying to. They hopped on the internet and they were like, "Yo, you should be trying to like spread love and show love as much as you can. You should try to like limit your energy given to hate and the hate like production, basically." Am I right? Thank you.
Oh, but no offense to them when I say the average Brad and Chad DJs. They are very talented. They make great music. So I don't mean to like disrespect them with that, but yeah, no. That's another thing. Optics. This is another thing. My other thing with that is cancel culture. I feel you, but like, no, it's been real quiet from you the last 2 months. What's up?
It's hard to cancel. What happened to 6ix9ine getting canceled? It's
hard to cancel when you realize that the stuff you were canceling didn't really matter that much.
6ix9ine.
What happened to 6ix9ine?
He's changing the narrative, dude. He's like,
what? Came home to a big bag.
What?
How?
It's like talking about cancel this, can't cancel that. But these people keep coming back and still getting money. So, did you really cancel anything? Because I think at the end of the day, nobody's perfect. You can judge them. You can hope they change, say whatever, but it's on them to do it. Yes or no. You can agree, you can not agree, but dollars and cents do what they do, and if they're finding a way to accumulate it, I can say whatever about it, but wow, like I guess
I think 6ix9ine got labeled a snitch, and you can't get reversed. You can't unlabel someone a snitch. So what did he do? He changed the narrative. He said, "I'm gonna make being a snitch cool."
Yeah, and
practical.
Why are we sitting here letting that just be chill? It's like,
cause.
I mean,
no,
like,
wait,
I know.
Let me tell you why.
I know his crew did him dirty. Like, I'll let you finish. I know his crew did him dirty, but at the same time, like, you got yourself mixed into it. Like,
here's why we're just letting it happen.
It was kind of stupid. Like, why are we acting like what he did was cool?
Here's why we're letting it happen. Because it does not affect me. Because it does not matter to me. You ratting on these people, which, I mean, that may cause like jail time or like adverse consequences for them, but like, I don't care if you ratted, like, and like also like at the end of the day, I gotta take care of me and me first. That sounds so self-serving, but like my one job on this planet above all else is to like make sure that I'm good. I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay good at the expense of like quite a few things.
And in any industry, industry, if you're, as long as you're making dollars, you don't gotta make sense.
Facts.
Like, it doesn't matter, man.
That's a bar.
It really
That's a bar.
That's
a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar. That's a bar.
That's Chris Wynn. Everyone just sprinkling
that.
that.
If you make music that it doesn't matter. Like, I call him
what's
a
good
person, dude. I don't care. Like,
what's
people
good?
Don't care.
Hey, like, what's good?
As long as you make dollars.
Oh, it's making the industry money. That's all that matters to them. It doesn't matter.
And comes back 1.9 million viewers on the IG live. I can only assume the song is doing numbers on streaming services. He came back, dropped a banger.
And it's not a bad song.
It's not a bad song.
It's kind of hot.
Tell me how.
I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hot.
Tell me how I read it. Came back to like a big ass bag.
I'll put it this way: when it comes to his music, so like when you say like I'll say layers to it. It's like I agree. It's like I don't really care. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't really care to the point where. That's why I do not listen to his music, because I do not care, because I don't think it's cool, because I don't care. So you can tell me about how great it is, but I'm still not listening.
Little bitty,
like, whatever. Like I know people like it, but good for them. But it's not for me. Like
I don't even understand how it is for me.
like I mean I can't either because I'm not willing to do it.
I blame Nick.
Yeah,
I blame.
It's like he's finding a way to get money off it, but good for him.
Has that ever happened to you? Has that ever happened to you, Cheeto? You think like you in a very specific instance, you hear a song and like at first you don't like it, but then you see someone else enjoying it, and it changes the way that you view it.
Yes.
It happens to me. It happens to me a lot. Like someone like showing me a song.
Crazy how the mind works.
And it's like it
Social
just like
creatures.
and like social creatures. We like to be with each other.
I feel like there's a lot of toxic culture.
Oh, that makes you happy? Maybe that'll make me happy.
And like I like seeing you happy. I like the fact that it makes you happy. Like that turns like it has a positive effect. It has a domino effect. It'll lead into something more.
True.
I feel like though that, like when that happens though, people are like, oh wow, now you like it. Like that's a toxic part of the culture, and I'm guilty of it too.
Where's my percentage?
I'm guilty of it too. 'Cause I'm salty about it. But then that's when you gotta do it. Like okay, like maybe that's glass half empty is oh now you like it, but glass half full is oh I'm glad you. Or now that you see that I'm enjoying it.
Glad you like it now.
New perspective, you know? New perspective.
Now
you can share that perspective, you know?
Nah, but they... Talk to me. Talk to me. No, please talk to me.
Alright, go on, Nick. What's up?
Because when they're releasing that energy to me saying, nah, I don't fuck with it, it's like, alright, well... Sorry, I like it, so I'm gonna keep playing it, and then eventually,
that's all you.
Yeah, if it grows on you, yeah, and I'm gonna let you know, like, yeah.
By the way,
exactly, yeah, what he said.
I'm gonna be a little toxic. It's just in my nature, but
it's all good fun though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
because my thing is like once again, social creatures. So if we're gonna be social about it, yeah. It's not for me. So if you want to tell me how much it is for you,
yeah,
I do respect your opinion, but I'm also gonna let you know that it ain't for me.
But it's like you said, that's how we grow. We gotta people don't like it, and then like they show that discomfort, and then like, oh, I'm uncomfortable with this. Yeah. But that's how they grow. Is that when you get uncomfortable?
Dude, I was so uncomfortable.
That's exactly how you said earlier. You know,
as well.
How you learn. That's how you learn.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, once again, like, maybe I am wrong on it. Maybe I should be okay with what he did, but I don't know. For right now, I'm not. So until you should prove
try your hardest not to be put into situations in which snitching is an option.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying. That's what I'm saying at the end of the day. Like,
don't snitch.
Have you just thought about it and not put himself in that situation? Like,
I mean. Sometimes life gets a little out of your control. I totally understand, but like, I think you can take ownership and take control of a lot of it, and you should try your hardest to live honestly, so that snitching is never a bad. So you can always like give the truth, with no moral like consequences or whatever, or just like try not to.
Like,
loyalty is important.
How hilarious is it that he? Okay, no, I'm gonna let you go real quick, actually.
So the whole 6ix9ine thing. He wanted his persona,
to be what it is.
Yeah, he wanted to be gang affiliated, but he was never a blood. But he would always say Treyway and him being with Shoddy, his manager, and everything.
Alright, like, as much as I bash on the dude, he's hilarious.
He's actually funny.
Electric.
He really wanted to be gang affiliated because he wanted to match what he was rapping about. He wanted to be like, yeah, look
it
at
needs
all
to it needs
like
to
if
make
you
sense.
see the Gummo music video,
it needs to make sense.
Everyone's wearing red bandanas, and then he's over there rainbow hair cheesing, and yeah, like he was never gang affiliated. Like, even looking at his background, he lost his dad at an early age, so he had no father figure growing up. And then he just lived with his mom, and then he was just, like, bussing tables. And then one day, he started making music and producing videos with this guy, Zillakami. You know who that is?
No, but I love it that you do.
I
You know
listened
this.
to a whole podcast about it.
educated.
And so yeah, like I feel like for him, Shoddy kind of became like that, almost like parental figure for him.
Mentor.
It was like that big bro.
Yeah.
Like
Jay-Z, Kanye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or like Kanye Chance.
Kanye Chance.
Yeah. Or like Rocky Yams.
Yeah.
That's
So
nice.
interesting. Don't snitch.
I think the summary I'm gleaning from this conversation is like fundamentally don't snitch. But in this specific case study,
in this
specific case study, I don't care enough to not listen to. Like I don't care enough about that situation to not listen to his music.
And like for 6ix9ine, like I could like not defend, but like I completely understand it. Like you're looking at like serious charges, and like I need to look after myself right now. Like this is very personal. This is I've got myself into this situation. I have to get myself out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I got to give it to him there. Like he was crafty with it, but like
tough.
Wow.
Probably made a lot of people upset.
But, you know he got he got released early due to Corona because he has asthma.
Yeah, and
so
also he did cooperate, and at the end of the day, he technically did good by bringing in these bad people. But
true. There's like
in
like a utilitarian sense or whatever.
Yeah,
but bad people have families and loved ones.
That's where you get to like a moral fundamental.
Yeah, everybody.
But
somebody's something.
Let's circle back one time real quick,
please.
You still gotta admit, dog. What the hell were you thinking? Like, what?
That's the he got himself in the mess, and we can judge his actions right now, but like that's his own thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's only
hindsight is 20/20
because he's famous. You know, that's all the reason it matters.
But there's been a lot of hindsights to look at. We've seen it a lot of times with other people.
You're like, bro, why did you do that? If you were to get in this mess, why are you saying Treyway in your song when you get millions of hits and then you didn't think anything was gonna happen? Like that's a lot of hindsight. I know.
Society can't understand it.
Society can't understand me. Oh, I love that.
I genuinely do love that. Dude, you probably shouldn't have done that.
Hey, we did. Thankful for the great memes we gotten out of that.
Oh my God. He's electric.
Stupid. I was. Oh my.
Him running with the fucking
the
AK.
Yeah.
Or I sent one to the group chat of him drinking to listening to Drake.
And I was saying the whole time, like,
bro,
when he was locked up, I was like, this is like boring. Like nothing happens. Like he's
electric.
He's just a troll.
He's
like,
electric,
especially on Instagram and.
Yeah.
He's just a funny character, man.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. Like I gotta admit, it's like he's dumb for some things, but at the same time, you gotta admit the guy's pretty smart. Like,
he's crafty. He's sly. He's sly.
He's stupid in some ways, but he's really smart in others.
Yeah, that's the difference between like book smarts and street smarts.
Yeah.
Because this guy's he's just crafty.
But like, knowing what you know.
Nuance with that again, because like he also didn't have a lot of street smarts.
No, exactly. That's true.
But he knew how to move and he knew how to rap.
But did he really know how to move?
But he's slippery, bro. He's slippery. That's different, man.
Oh, I'm sorry for the nap.
You're good. You're good.
I think
we have a semi-live audience in the studio.
He's actually like him as a person is funny to me. I think he's just like a funny narrative to follow.
Of course.
Stupid. Is he dumb? He's so funny, bro. Honestly, I'm sorry. If I'm dumb.
The amount of just tweets I've just seen that underneath. Oh, so great.
He's got some of the greatest one-liners.
And stupid. And also just like randomly, just like when it's just posted by itself. Like I would honestly just love to just randomly see somebody just drop that just once a month on social media. Just that thing's so great.
Yeah. Low-key glad he's out.
Is Kodak ever
if I can get,
oh my god,
yeah.
if I can, needed.
Yeah,
not-
like
they're not trying to
Kodak's
let him
been messing up a lot, but at the same time, like.
Because he was out, and then they got put him back in.
Yeah,
I feel like
we gotta admit, like, dude has done some pretty messed up things in his life, so free Kodak, but at the same time, it's kind of good that he's sitting in there for a little bit, because he's got some things he kind of needs to answer for if we gotta be really real about it. So...
Bro, he came out of jail big, too, like, bulkier and a little chubbier, man.
Yeah,
That's all.
but...
Usually it's the opposite.
I know, they come out ripped.
Yeah, but when he does get back out, and I hope he takes time to reflect on his mistakes and try to better himself. But
Yeah.
He's talented.
at the same time,
doubt.
I would love to see him back out just so I can see him still be talented and be successful and keep influencing
But
other
you gotta
people
put the work in, man.
that they can put the work in and be great. But scrap the negative stuff. But
The hip hop police is a real thing.
yeah.
I mean,
It's always been a thing.
You could have the potential to be the greatest basketball player ever, but if you don't ever pick up a basketball,
Yeah,
you're doing
yeah.
nothing with the talent. So you gotta put in the work as well on the side.
Yeah.
You gotta put your talent to work.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd like to see him keep doing good things, but I also want to see him out so I can keep getting more content, like with the face mask. I hope so. Oh my god!
Memes
He's
are a
in
treasure.
for a while,
Oh.
isn't he? He's in for a while,
I
man.
hope so.
Yeah. Probably.
Alrighty.
I fucking love that. Miss his music.
Yeah. I'll listen to it all time to time. He's got some really, really nice stuff, especially like his early stuff. Like the commercial stuff is good, but like he's also got some really nice real music.
Yo, Transporting used to get me going, bro.
Ooh.
Transporting used to get me going.
Project Baby, great tape. Project Baby too.
So many.
Another great tape.
Calling My Spirit. Like Kodak's got songs, and I love the way he raps. He has a pretty, I think, unique and effective way of rapping. Like delivering bars.
Like you can just tell like he's really been through some stuff. So it's like as problematic as he is in some ways, like man, like he's seen some things and gone through a lot of things. So maybe like his upbringing didn't condition him well enough to maybe not be predisposed or more likely to do those things. So we gotta look at it that way a little bit, but he can do better and be better. We also have to admit that too.
If I can talk sports with you for just 1 second.
I need it.
Where would you rank Dak Prescott in quarterbacks in the NFL?
Top 10. Wait, let me think about it.
Kevin smiled.
Yeah, top 10. Top 10. We grew up down the block from each other. Cowboys. Yeah.
This team.
Wait, you're
Hold on.
Since for me since T.O. So yeah,
Get your popcorn
my
ready.
uncle got me into it. It's like people call me bandwagon for my
America's
sports
team.
teams,
That's what
but
I said.
they all hold something for me. Something about like I mean that's why we're all fans of things.
Facts.
It's like duh.
Facts.
That's how it's supposed to work. So judge me for it, whatever. It's like
Everyone's
cool.
got a connection.
I don't
Everyone's
care.
got a connection to
So,
something.
so you grew up in Iowa City, so
Yeah, so exactly
You
like I don't
probably-
have professional sports here.
right. And I grew up in Chicago, so it's like Bears, Bulls,
Blackhawks.
White Sox.
Blackhawks, White Sox, or Cubs.
Cubs.
Yeah.
So it's like, do y'all like? How do you get that fandom? Is it from like parents, like?
Oh,
siblings?
yeah.
Like,
Connection.
Parents,
Connection.
friends, or just like the first time I played the sport, and like and then from there, just like then the first time watching it, and also like us being social creatures, like people I knew, like
Yeah.
how happy
Yeah.
it made them, and like
Yeah.
how happy we were together seeing the things. It's like that's why I really miss sports right now, and that's why they say things like sports bring us all together and like transcend like all boundaries, just because like it's just so pure, like just the childlike just nature of it, like
Iconography too, sports heroes. Some people mean more to others than them being part of a team. Like, oh, this person was the first like Vietnamese American NFL player to play in the NFL or to play in that league. That's a
Yeah.
connection.
played on the Cowboys.
Play the
too.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
That win.
it's like they like
All-American.
they like seem like grow up idolizing them because to you they're like invincible.
Exactly.
You know,
they're
like superheroes.
Exactly.
You watch them leap and jump and do these incredible things
that you couldn't
like,
even see yourself doing. You're like, how?
Yeah, in every sport, like the things you see LeBron James do, the things you've seen Peyton Manning do, the things you see Tom Brady do, the things you see Alex Morgan do, the things you see
Mo Salah.
Mo Salah, the things you see Serena Williams do, the things you see
Faker,
the things you've seen Gabby Douglas do, the things you've seen
C9 Mango,
the things you've seen
double lift,
Wayne Gretzky.
Names on Slim Cash, Diana Taurasi,
Nico Lowell.
I like that though. I like that what you said about the transcending the boundaries. Because like when it comes down to the purity of the sport is what brings the social. We forget about individuality and becomes a part of the sport. You know?
Yeah.
That's what unites people, you know.
Yeah.
Commonalities.
Exactly. Like if we really think about it, like that's how a lot of us have like made most of our like lasting like friendships and connections is like through the first time like we played something. The first time we like played a game with someone.
It's one of the lost or unspoken languages. Sports.
Yeah. Exactly. Like you could really, if you wanted to, play all of those games without uttering a single word.
And you feel what they're thinking, you know, like that.
The chemistry.
Exactly. The chemistry is a real language on the court, on the field.
Whatever.
Yeah.
And I think that's why like people can judge people that love sports so much, but whatever, because I mean you got to realize like what it means to us, like, and why it means so much to us.
Why do you think people don't like sports?
Same thing.
I think because of the bad things it can bring. Like there are some people that take it too far. Like fan is short for fanatic, and there are some people that put
toxic.
a little too much emphasis on the addict.
It gets toxic. But the same thing we were talking about earlier about like jealousy. You know?
You look like you're having fun.
Yeah, you look like you're having fun. So
fuck
like,
that.
Fuck that. I'm gonna trash you with my words.
Fuck that.
That's the same. It's the same thing. You know? Like people be like, oh, dude, your sport's trash, bro. Like that's the toxic side of things. Like, why do you care what they're doing? You know? Like, that's the end of the day. That's my question. Why do you care?
Like hating on it. Like it's like people. It's like
people's music.
I will still to this day like people talk about. Yeah, I support equality. I support this. I support this. and then it's like. So why in the hell are you bashing the WNBA and women's sports all the time?
Why do you care?
Do you really?
Why do you care about what they're doing, man?
Yeah,
if they're doing good.
Yeah, it's like for me, it's like you can believe in equality, but also like not feel the need to constantly fight for it because we shouldn't. Because that stuff should just be known, you know. Like
and at the end of the day, you don't have to agree. Like I don't care about people not agreeing with stuff, but when it gets to the point where they're doing like toxic shit, like saying shit to them and like beating them down and like trying to actively like degrade them or like hold them back, that's when it gets toxic. But like I don't care if you disagree with it, as long as you're doing it in like a constructive or like non-bipartisan manner, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like if the sport or someone in the sport or whatever is being problematic, like okay, then I can understand why you're coming at them, but just attacking the whole institution just because people are just doing something they love and getting by with it and like fulfilling themselves with it, like, God, like who are you to be doing that? Like, chill out.
Why do you care,
chill
man?
out.
Like, why do you care? Honestly,
move along and do you.
Yes.
Leave those people alone.
Yes.
Let them do them. Like the amount of hate you guys have for people like LeBron James is honestly astounding. Like I used to like be in that closed-minded camp of like can't stand the guy, whatever. But like I really sat back and realized like why am I actually hating on this guy?
Name one bad thing that he's done, like for the sport. I mean.
Yeah, it's like because at the end of the day, it's all relative, and like if we have if we have to balance it on a scale,
which one?
He's done some things that aren't great for like in some people's view of the sport, but in terms of everything else he's done in the sport and in his life and for the world, it's a the scale is pretty heavily outbalanced. So
So is greatness
Why
on
are we
and
hating
off
on
the
it?
court?
Greatest of all time.
It is. It
What?
is. You could-
Greatest is
It is on and off the court. Man.
Where do you put great
If-
on
if-
where do you put great on the statistic chart?
You can't.
You can't.
You can't.
It's
in people's
hard to
minds. It's in
measure.
people's minds.
It's
Greatness
like,
is a-
once
is-
again,
greatness
it's,
is an
it's a
immeasurable-
man-made idea.
Best.
It is. It's subjective.
Best we can measure.
We can.
Best this one. This is taller than this. This is the best one.
Yeah.
Greatness is subjective, and I think because it's subjective, greatness has to be much more all-encompassing. It cannot just be a closed-minded thought process on what he does on a specific day of the week. Greatness is how you wake up. Greatness is how you go to sleep. Greatness is how you move. Greatness is how you breathe. Greatness is who you are.
Yeah.
When you talk about greatest of all time, it needs to reflect the word great.
Yeah. It's being. It's a state of being. It's not a decision. It's a state of being. You know.
And like the other thing.
So
with
when you
that
want to talk
too-
about the greatest basketball player of all time, and not the best basketball player of all time, or the most
Exactly.
winningest basketball player of all time,
Exactly.
which those I would say would go to different people, but the greatest, the one that did the most.
Mm-hmm.
Steph
Yeah.
Curry, you're right.
KD.
Durantula.
No.
Insanity.
Linsanity.
Yao Ming.
No, he like
Shaq.
That's the thing is like those people did things for like specific
Shaq.
demographics.
Yeah.
But then again, so,
Yao Ming also very, very underrated.
But now that
Yeah.
I'm watching this Jordan documentary, which has been incredible.
yes, that's what I'm saying. Yep.
Which has been incredible. I'm really learning everything that Jordan did to change the game. You know what I'm saying? Like before him, like people weren't getting these huge contracts. He completely made Nike. Well, I mean, maybe not made that, but like
Yes,
yeah,
he
he
made.
made
Nike.
Okay, I was trying to be-
Okay, well, I mean,
But he did.
Phil Knight, and
but like
Bill Bowerman, it's like the Mark Parkers, all that, very, very instrumental,
But
shaping all of it.
But if you don't have-
Sponsorships, though.
but if you don't have
Tinsley's
Michael
or
Jordan,
I can't remember all the names, but yeah,
He-
the employees, all that. But yeah, exactly. Michael
He,
Jordan
like-
was the face. Like,
He made like basketball shoes. He
Popular.
was like the first like streetwear, I guess.
mhm.
Like you can wear Jordans to do like anything, going
I'll buy
out
some Jordans.
to hoop,
Like
of course.
the doc makes me.
I would measure his greatest in terms of the impact he made outside of basketball.
that
Yeah.
ad line with Spike Lee, where it's like, is it the shoes?
It's not the
and then
shoes.
all the, it's
Yeah.
not the shoes. It's like all that, like that stuff was so
And then, like,
cool.
And then like change the league.
Or still
like
is cool.
Like
Yeah.
like he pay, like what Kobe was saying. Like you don't get me if I don't have a Jordan to watch and develop
Yeah,
after
alright.
or to like call on. You know what I'm saying? And then like all these unlike the modern NBA of like these incredible athletes that you can just see do like incredible things on a nightly basis. Like that does not happen if Jordan doesn't come in and do that first.
Yeah, exactly.
And so like his greatness is a little more like what I did to change the game, whereas I think LeBron's greatness is like what I do for everyone.
Exactly.
Then I think you need to put Wilt Chamberlain as one
That-
of the
that's
greatest
what I was
because
gonna-
they made rules so that to limit him.
Exactly. And like if you want to talk about like, oh, Michael Jordan had some of the best stats, well, like look at Wilt Chamberlain. The dude was dominating the league. Like
Sure, he was playing against plumbers, but I'm sure.
okay.
I'm sure the next generation.
Majority. Bums.
I'm sure the next generation is gonna think of Harden,
Yeah,
KD, like
soft.
those guys
Okay.
aren't as athletic.
Yeah,
as,
like they
Alright.
can make up excuses like,
The
oh, these guys are
whole-
soft, you know. Like,
The whole he was playing against plumbers thing,
Jordan played against
I refuse to subscribe to that to that camp because why didn't he end up with more rings?
because Jerry Krause.
Because there was a guy in the Celtics, Bill Russell.
Yeah, exactly. So he wasn't playing against all plumbers. There are other great players there. And wow, I'm a Lakers fan, but Bill Russell, like, we do not give that guy like enough credit.
But dude, that's what
Dude was a player coach.
It's a generation. It's a generational thing, you know. Like everyone's always gonna say, like, oh, the past generation, like, oh, different circumstances.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the game wasn't the same, you know. Like people weren't as athletic. The game wasn't advanced. Technology wasn't as advanced, you know. We're always gonna have that generational bias, you know.
Yeah.
Same thing people say about the Kobe and Jordan debate. Same thing people say about the Kobe LeBron debate, LeBron Jordan. You know, it's a generational thing that you can't compare apples to oranges.
Yeah. Honestly, they're just a little too different. Yeah. Like they do the same thing, and they like are both. You know, they have like very strong similarities, but unfortunately, like they're just enough different that it's impossible to compare them.
Sure, but Jordan isn't averaging 50 in this NBA.
No.
I don't know.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know.
Think about it this way. Think about it this way.
But it's a different game, though.
I don't know.
It's a different game. Like
it's a less defense. This man goes and has the best mid-range. People don't play D in this NBA.
But look at.
I disagree.
And there's harder fouls.
I disagree.
I mean, no.
I agree about the fouls, though. In the 90s, Bulls, Pistons, the fouls there were crazy, man. People were just straight up punching each other.
Jordan's not averaging 50?
If people didn't play good defense anymore, I think we look at it wrong. If people didn't play good defense anymore, then why is the mid-range shot considered obsolete?
I think it's statistics, you know.
Analytics, Twitter.
It's defended well. It's a low percentage shot.
True.
Payoff versus percentage.
So
but if that's what you're really good at, why wouldn't you?
But if that's your bag.
And the statistics show that the average player isn't. So does that? So I guess that might mean that maybe the defense isn't that bad. Maybe, and that the scoring might be higher because players have just learned the system well enough and are learning the system well enough to just play better. And coaches are learning it better. Better every day and every year. And they're just all learning from each other and just moving the sports on.
I do think less fouls were called in the 90s than compared to now, though.
Facts.
You don't think so, Nick?
No, you're right.
That's what you're saying, right? It's because if Jordan played in today's game,
numbers show it.
If Jordan played in today's game, then he'd be getting more points.
Even if you say the mid-range is obsolete, KD shoots a great mid-range. Kawhi, crazy mid-range. Kobe,
I'm saying
crazy
for the
mid-range.
average player.
There's this one guy.
I think you're talking the macro side of things, though, like in terms of the entire league. But if you're talking specific cases, every person's got their own bag, you know. Facts. Every person's got their own shot. But in terms of like the macro statistics, speaking of the analytics, like those shots are obsolete in terms of like the percentage of making them versus percentage of taking.
Mm. Actually,
Soon.
Yeah, soon. All right. Can we spitball with the old KD Warriors thing to top it off?
Because Giannis
of the Warriors.
Is that a real thing?
It's gonna happen.
I'm saying it's like,
is that real?
I think people don't give it.
He said, "Well done, Niall."
Field Vision 99.
Well done.
People don't give it enough thought. Like, I'm not saying
because his brother's there, right?
that it will happen, but
I'm
sitting here like
that Milwaukee and a brother.
I'm not saying it won't happen. Because if we look at it, the Warriors with the trades they've done recently and the assets they have, this draft, they are likely to have a top 3 pick and at worst likely a top 5 pick. The top 3 picks, pretty decent high ceilings. So they could leverage that pick, and in addition, they could leverage the 2 first-rounders they get from the Timberwolves the following year with that, and their first-rounder from that year's, or no, they don't have that. And then the next year after that. So in a span of 3 seasons, 4 first-round picks, and 3 of them are guaranteed top 15, and 1 of them is likely a guaranteed top 5. You take that, and the Warriors are great at developing, so they send over 1 or 2 of the players they've developed recently with it. I mean, it doesn't completely take care of it, but it helps you out a little bit. Helps you rebuild, maybe build around Chris Middleton for a little bit, and then from there.
Because he's a free agent after this year, right?
Because the Warriors are aging.
No, Giannis.
I'm not sure.
So I think it's that he has a player option.
Okay.
After this, no, but it's not this season. But after this next season, he has a player option.
Mm.
So I think people are looking at it too short term, but need to realize that it's in his best interest to leverage that or to get that deal now, especially with some things that I've been reading recently, especially with this coronavirus stuff, with how much the NBA's salary cap is based off of revenue.
Really?
Yes. And 40% of that revenue is generated by fans. So when we talk about bringing the games back with no fans, and we talk about reduced ad spend, and we talk about just possibly canceling regular season games, and we talk about lack of broadcasts, and we talk about just the lack of just marketing exposure, period, like...
Is that net revenue for the whole NBA?
Oh, yeah. It rolls across all of it. And when you combine that...
Oh, so you're talking about all across all teams.
And when you combine that with the hit they already took from the China stuff...
Yeah. Oh, from...
And when you combine that with... I don't think people are thinking about this either. The bigger hit they could potentially take with how we've been talking about China recently and this whole global travel stuff.
Yeah.
The NBA could be in enough of a rough patch in the next 2 years that Giannis could be in a situation where maybe a trade benefits me now. This is cheaper for the Warriors, easier for me to win.
I think...
And then at the end of the day, I could sign the massive contract when the salary cap spikes again, when this is all over, and I'm a free agent.
In what, 2-3 years after that?
But at the same time, maybe he could stay and do the same thing. Who knows?
Who knows?
But I'm just saying, like, we gotta think about that possibility.
Stay and develop a winning culture in Milwaukee.
That too.
That helps.
Which is what I would love to see him do personally as a fan of the game. That's what I'd love to see him do.
Small market.
And I'd love to watch
that's the difference
that
in NBA culture now. It's about getting your own bag now.
Or
it's about getting your own bag now, man.
Find 3 other players that you would like to play with, and then just go play with them.
It's a cultural thing, man. It's a
whatever way you want to do it, good for you.
One way has been working for a while.
And like the Kevin Durant Warriors thing, it's like my whole thing was I love watching that dude play. The league is better when Kevin Durant
for sure,
is on the court.
Sure.
Dude, remember when he came out in the finals last season? And like for like the 12 minutes that he was on, you were like, dude, the Warriors are totally about to win this. The Warriors are totally about to win this.
That's heartbreaking for them. Like, why would you?
Had he just been able to finish that game,
dude, the Warriors would have won that series.
What he did in the short amount of time he was on the court, like people need to start putting some respect on that dude's name.
Killer.
That's a bad man.
Sniper.
That's a bad man.
Oh my God. He has never averaged a season. I think maybe other than his rookie year, but I think this is true that he has never averaged a single season under 20 points a game.
Damn.
Dude, it's just crazy.
That's ridiculous.
It's just crazy how clean that dude is being that big. It's just crazy how clean he is with like in everything, every part of his game, his footwork, his movement, his ball handling, his shooting, and being that fucking long, dude. That dude was. That's like Porzingis doing something nasty out there.
It's like me on you when we play.
Mouse in the house.
That's real funny.
Mouse in the house.
Yeah, put it on 0.25 speed. That's what it looks like on you.
The other crazy part about it too is literally how smooth he is with all of it. Like,
no, he's clean.
He is good from every single spot on the floor. If you look at his shot chart and compare it to the league average, he blows everybody out of the water. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
He's above average.
The fluidity of his game, and that shows in the stats, just like you're saying, But the fluidity in his game is crazy.
Yeah. So, like, we can hate on his decision to go there, and, like, kind of a weak move. But at the same time, like, we got to see some great basketball.
Yeah.
While he was there.
The move, though, that's NBA culture off the court, though. That's NBA culture off the court. Because, like, on the court, he's still the same dude. He's still a fucking cold-blooded killer out there.
He's still the same dude. A real dude. His motto is, and this is another reason I love the dude. His whole motto is his Twitter bio is, "I'm me. I do me, and I chill.
Exactly. Yeah. On the
Like,
court, he's the same dude.
I love that mantra. I love
accounts.
that mantra. I'm me, I do me, and I chill.
Bro, that's
what he does, and he gets his.
Like, there's two different things. NBA culture on the court and NBA culture off the court. You know?
Yeah.
That's two different things.
Yeah.
So he chills on those burner accounts.
I mean, he's him. He does. I'm me. I do me, and I chill while I get on some burners and talk shit.
That's funny, bro.
Yeah.
And
I just imagine like the conversation where he like goes at someone on his main account and his agent's like, "Yo, you can't do this."
Yeah.
It's like he's like, "All right, fine, I'll just make a burner account."
Easy.
And then
easy.
he cops out.
I'm me.
Goes,
I do me.
I don't run my social media. Cops out. I don't run my social media.
Yeah.
Well,
all right, I think that's it for us.
What's good?
Thank you as always for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it. Yikes. Love you all.
I enjoyed it.
All right. Hey, enjoyed it. We love that. All
we were
right.
asleep.
Thank all essential workers, and bring DAPS back 2021.
2020, we need them. I miss them.
No, real DAPS back. We need real DAPS back. Elbows till then, but
Yeah. Anyway, love you all.
Oh,
Peace.
and we're
Blessings.
recording this day
Peace.
before Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
to all the
Mother's
beautiful
Day.
mothers out there. To those of you that don't have a mother, celebrate with you. Whatever your mother figure was, or whoever that was to you. Happy Mother's Day to them. Peace and love. What's
Thanks
good?
for joining us.
But yeah, also thank you for having me.
MP.
dude, that was one of the more fun ones. Actually, that was a pretty diverse demographic.